Hi and welcome to Movies Remastered. Today I'm going to focus on Rise of Skywalker. Now before it causes too much controversy in the comments, I understand this was the most loved and hated Star Wars movie out of the Disney releases. So that's why I'm going to try and tackle this one first. And in my opinion, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I just found it a real bombardment roller coaster ride of a movie that just came at you with so many different plots and places and people and finding things. It was just a massive roller coaster ride. So if you just want to watch it, then I found it easy to watch. But as a Star Wars movie to fit in with the rest of the franchise, I understand that J.J. Abrams had a really hard job, but I think it could have been done completely differently in a different order. It was just so pace, quick, and I just didn't like the speed of it all. So I'm going to try and slow it down. I'm going to do numerous edits. I think there's around 170 edits that I'm going to do, some small, some huge. I'm going to try and cover up a lot of the plot holes as well. But today's video, I want to focus on one of the new characters for episode 9, and it was Klaud. This dude. Basically, I didn't get him at all. He's in one of the opening scenes with Poe and Finn. So I had to go onto Wikipedia to find out who he was and what he was. And apparently he's a mechanic. So a 6-foot+ slug-like creature with no arms and no legs is apparently an expert mechanic. But I don't buy it. I didn't like the character design. There's quite a lot of characters that I didn't like in Rise of Skywalker, but I want to try and fix Klaud in today's video, so let's jump into it. By the way, I'm using iMovie. I know I can use Premiere Pro and Final Cut Pro. Loads of people are doing different videos for professional software. I'm going to try and do it for free software, so you can follow along at home and try and do your own fan edits as well. So let's jump into iMovie. So what you want to do is create a new project. I'm going to put this on my new 8TB hard drive. So what we want to do is import media into this spot here, and as I said, really good idea to find out where all your files are. So I've got my Rise of Skywalker folder here, I've got my source material here, and it's an MPEG-4. It doesn't really take MKV files, so you want to make sure it's a MP4, and then I'm just going to import that as my source material. So what I'm going to do is just import that straight into here. I'm going to make sure this is turned down a bit because we don't want too much stuff interfering. Now I am going to work on the beginning. I'm going to do it completely different. I'll do another video on that. But today I'm going to focus on this first scene. So I want to go over here, and this is basically going to make this timeline a lot bigger. So it makes it a lot easier to see where we're going to cut. So I'm just going to move that along. It's just loading up, so it's going to be a little bit slow. But once it's imported, like I say, I'm going to change the original scene. I don't think Kylo Ren finding the Wayfinder straight away is necessary. I think it needs to be a little bit more teased in. And I know Palpatine is in the scroll, so I'm going to change that at the beginning as well. But today I'm going to try and locate Klaud. Now where is he? There he is. Look at him. So let's have a look. How is he going to fix anything? Look at this. This is the same.
I hope you fix that surge.
He just looks at it. He doesn't do anything. He's just looking at it sparking.
Klaud, I hope you fix that surge.
So how is he? I don't get it. Anyway, we're going to try and fix that. So we're going to cut that out. So this scene comes up here. And what it is Chewie. Chewie walks off, and we're going to cut it exactly. Okay, so we're gonna, as it goes, we want to cut that. So we're gonna. So basically, we do a left click of the mouse where you want to cut, and a right click to highlight, and then we want to click split clip. So we're just going to check that.
Klaud.
Should be right.
Klaud. I hope you fix that
So I'm going to
surge.
cut out this entire section and just cut straight to the Millennium Falcon. So we'll do exactly the same thing there. In fact, I'm going to make this as big as possible just so I can make sure I get it on the exact frame. So it's there, right there. So left click to select, right click to split the clip. So that's good. Just going to make that a little bit smaller so it's easy to find. So I'm just going to cut that out. So once it's highlighted with the yellow coloration there, just delete it, and then we're just going to check how smooth that is as a rough cut. So that's not bad. So I think what I'm going to try and do is just blend that sound over gently. Now there's different ways. I know people are going to say that I'm doing it wrong, but I'm just going to do this to highlight. This is how I prefer doing it. There's other ways of doing it. You can see the you can do it this way. So you can cross it over and cut it where you need to, and then you can break it into here, and then you can change the volume. So this audio here can overlap the above clip, but I'm not going to do it that way. It's not easy for me to show you how to do it that way, so I'm just going to do it like this. So what I'm going to do is just take a nice section out of here, maybe a few seconds, and I'm just going to do a split cut there, and then I'm going to detach the audio, and I'm just going to make sure that this audio overlaps a little bit. So I'm just going to move that sound clip over to Millennium Falcon part, just to bring that in. Just going to fade that over a little bit there. So basically the clip is a clean cut, and then I'm going to slightly fade out the sound on the previous clip and bring in the Millennium Falcon sound. So that's what I've done here. So if you can hear it, and it just makes it a little bit more of a cleaner transition on the ear and on the eye, and that's got rid of Klaud in that section. So that's that part done, and the next bit is it's basically Poe apologising to Chewbacca. I'm not really sure why that was in there. I know I'm nitpicking at this point, but I'm going to try and clear up small points and large plot holes. So I'm just going to show you the clip here. I'm going to turn it down a bit. It just doesn't really make any sense. I mean, they must do this all the time, but he's never apologised before, so why should he apologise now? I'm just trying to keep this continuity and consistency with these characters. So I'm going to just take out that little clip as well. Right there. I'm just going to make that a bit larger. So we go like this. So I'm just going to play it forward. So just as they dip down, and I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about the Finn clip either. I think I'm going to take that bit out. So look at Finn's face. it's completely deadpan. There's no sense of urgency, there's no sense of worry like there is in Poe and Chewbacca's face. It really doesn't fit in with the action that's going on. So I'm just going to take out Finn as well, I think. It's a weird look. I don't know what he's there, what he's doing. So let's just cut straight to the Falcon. Right there. Right click, cut. So I'm just going to play it forward. So just as they dip down, so the next cut is on the beat. So right click, split clip. That's better. So as they dip, it comes back up. So I need to fix the music. Now it's going to be a problem for me to do this because of the copyright laws. Hopefully it won't get flagged, but I'm going to try and show you how to do it anyway. Actually, that music quick cut is quite easy. It doesn't need the overlap of the audio. I think that was quite a nice clean cut. So we're going to leave that and move on to the next one. So I know I'm nitpicking now, but the next problem that everyone seems to have a problem with is that Finn is either shouting Rey or shouting yeah or pulling some kind of face after he's killed one of the bad guys, and he does that so many times in the Rise of Skywalker. So I'm going to try and eliminate as many of those as possible. So this next scene, it's just a really small clip, but again, I don't feel like it's necessary, so I'm just going to edit that one out. So let's have a look. Ooh. So we just want to go in and find where that last clip is, the last frame. So we're just going to move on the frame, left click to where we want to be, right click, split frame, split clip, sorry. Go to the bit where Finn's finished doing his little ooh. Right there. Ooh. Button. Left, right click, split. So let's see what that sounds like. Actually, that sounds alright. I don't think I need to do any of the... Yeah. So I think what it is the hit of the TIE Fighter covers up the sound imperfections. So I think that's actually going to work. That's fine. Yeah, that's great. So I'm just going to see if there's any more. I'm not sure if there is in this scene. Oh yes, there is. Hang on a sec. There's quite a few actually. I totally forgot. Hang on a second. Here we go. How many are left? This clip. Good old Klaud. I'm just going to get rid of him. It's comedy. It's just comedy. It doesn't need, again, it's comedy that's breaking the tension. I want to feel tense when they're being chased. I don't want it broken up with comedy all the time. So let's just try and get rid of Klaud. Look at his little face. That one there. There. Let's just do this. Look at his little face. Oh my god. Chief mechanic, nice. Go on, son. So I don't know why it makes me giggle so much, but there you go. Again, you've got the two blends of the Falcon accelerating to cover up any sound issues. So let's see if we can hear it. There you go. Awesome. Klaud is gone. Now, this next clip is the one that frustrated me in this scene the most. I know Klaud's a bit of a fun, but it's because it was edited so quickly. The pace was just so quick. You weren't allowed to feel any tension. So basically, I'm talking about what Poe says here. Listen to this bit.
How thick do you think that ice wall is?
So he says, how thick do you think that ice wall is? But there's never any doubt. It literally goes straight in to them breaking through the wall. So what's the point of that dialogue at all, unless there's going to be some kind of calculation, some kind of risk, some kind of issue with our main characters? So there was no need for that at all. So I'm just going to cut that dialogue out because I don't really feel like it needs to be there, and it breaks again with the flow of the scene. It's a really good chase scene once you take out all these little elements. I think the scene's really good, but it's just these little tweaks that pulls you out of the tension in that scene. So eliminating that should help that smooth and keep that. Oh, they finally got away. So I'm just going to go in where Poe is. So I'm going to, the TIE fighters are shooting, so I'm just going to get that blast. And I'm going to cut Finn right there. And then just go straight to that section right there, straight after Chewie. So let's see how that moves. So again, what I want to do now, that sound didn't sound like a smooth cut. You can hear it. So what we're going to do is we're going to underlay the second clip underneath the first clip, so the sound is more smooth. Now, if you were doing these on a professional level, these cuts would be called L cuts and J cuts. You can see the shape of it because if it's the front one, it's the L shape. So if the front audio is going over the second audio, it would be an L shape. But if the second clip is going underneath the first clip, it's then a J. So what I'm going to do is detach the audio from that clip, and I'm going to bring that over to there. So I'm going to just fade that one in a little bit. Fade the top one out, sorry, and then I'm going to fade the second clip in. Takes a bit of tweaking. I think what I'm going to do is going to cut that out as well. Let's do a double blend. Just going to take out both audios so they overlap each other. Let's see, it doesn't need any sound in that part at all. It just needs... I'm going to trim that and take that second sound bit out, so it's just the sound of the wall breaking. There you go. There you go. In fact, that's probably not even going to need a blend now. There you go. So it's the slam of the wall that covers up the soundtrack again. Perfect. I like that a lot. So it's really hard to edit a movie with such a soundtrack that you can't separate. It's quite easy to do that in Premiere Pro. You can separate the channels that you've got. So if it's in 5.1, you can then eliminate the stereo sound and focus on the central channel. But it's really difficult to actually get a clean clean audio on these, so you're just gonna have to try and tweak it the best way that you can. And I just found that this is the easiest one visually, not to worry about the L cuts and the J cuts, just to do it this way, just to make sure that you've got a bigger WAV file, so you can figure out which soundtrack goes over where, and just do simple fades, especially for that scene anyway. So that's that bit done. On to the next. So the next clip is the bit where Poe says, "Well, Rey's not here," basically meaning that Chewbacca's telling Poe that they wouldn't be in that danger if Rey was there to save the day, and it just really affects Poe's character. It makes him look a lot weaker. We already know that he's one of the best pilots in the Resistance, so why would Rey need to be there? He's already amazing at flying, so there's nothing that Rey could bring to the table. So I just don't feel like that needed to be there, because it just deflates Poe's character, his ability as a pilot, and just who he is as a character. So I'm just going to try and cut that out and see if we can just eliminate that, because it just makes Poe look a little bit more incompetent. So we're just going to go up to the point where they're being chased and just cut it right there. So I'm just going to cut before it goes back into the cockpit, and I'm just going to take out all of the Chewbacca dialogue and the Poe dialogue. So it's left click to where it is, right click to split the clip. So it goes all the way up to here. So I'm just going to go straight into him light speed skipping right there. On there. So I'm going to eliminate that whole clip. Let's have a look. So I'll listen to see what it sounds like. That sounds alright. I don't even think that's going to need any altering. Yeah, perfectly on beat. What a fantastic little elimination clip. That was great. So obviously I'm going to show you this video, the full scene, once it's finished. But I'm just going to carry on doing some edits here, because there is another little Klaud shout that I need to eliminate.
Maybe forever.
Come on, mate. This one. Look at him.
Hold on.
Oh dear. It's terrible character design. Can't stand him. Anyway, right. So we're going to go into there. It's so... Right, we're just going to go straight to Poe saying, "Hold on." Jesus Christ. Anyway. Right, that's definitely going to need some kind of...
Maybe forever. Hold on.
So that's definitely going to need... that's definitely going to need a J cut, I think. So we're just going to detach the audio there. I'm going to bring this over. See what we need to do here. Turn this up a bit.
Last jump, maybe forever. Hold on. Maybe forever. Hold on.
Just going to bring that clip underneath. Let's see what he sounds like.
Last jump, maybe forever. Hold on. Maybe forever. Hold on.
I wonder if we can just cut that bit out. It's all just playing around. You can't just cut it straight away. You got to hear the audio visually and audibly. You need to figure them out. They both need to come in hand. So if the audio is out, the visuals are going to look a bit weird as well. So
last jump, maybe forever. Hold on.
So the other thing you can do is, still not happy about the way that's coming in. So what you can do is hold down the R key and select the audio on that, and we're just going to turn that audio right down, and then we're going to just move the keyframe over to see if we can eliminate that a little bit better than just a fade. Do the same with the top. So it's basically just trial and error. You've got to keep trying, figuring it out, see if it sounds right, see if it looks right. It's really repetitive, but once you get it right, it just sounds so much smoother. So let's try it.
Maybe forever. Hold on.
That's a lot better.
Maybe forever. Hold on. Perfect.
So I've just noticed one thing that I completely forgot that iMovie does. Whatever clip that you import, whether it's the 21:9 or 16:9, it will zoom into your clip to make it 16:9. So I'm just going to show you how to get it back to the 20:9 with the black lines, so it's more the theatrical version, and it's a really simple thing. So we're just looking back into the program now. I completely forgot, so I'm just going to minimize it here, and I want to just highlight all of the clips from the beginning, and then you just go into this section at the top where it says where it's cut, and you just want to click the fit and then click OK. And as you can see, the clip's back to the 21:9 letterbox with the black lines, so you're not losing any of the video at all. So I completely forgot to do that, and that's it. So let me see. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 cuts. Makes the scene a little bit better. So now this video is getting a bit longer, so what I'm going to do is have this as the fixing video, and then I'm going to do a fixed video straight after this. So don't forget to subscribe if you like what I'm doing here. Click like on the video if you like what I've done, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.